Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. What I've got to install today is an axle vent kit for the JD1025R. Now you can order this from Otis Innovations, or you can get it from Bolt-On Hooks. Now I was one of the people that didn't think that I needed an axle vent, but I went to check the levels one time and it blew out a bunch of hydraulic oil dye I've got in there, all the red that's there, and I'm like, well, maybe I am under pressure, so let's install this and get it relieved. Now I went ahead and drove this up on a car ramp, and we'll do it till it hits the hard stop on the left side as you're sitting on it. That way when you run your vent tubing here, you can get the correct length you need so that when this hits its pivot hard stop, you're not going to stretch the hose. And then you need to check that when you tilt it back the other way that you don't kink the hose. Now I'm going to start with getting the hood up and taking this side panel off. Got quite a bit of dirt I got to clean off of this. Don't want that to fall back inside. Probably couldn't hear that, but it just let out some pressure just then. And it's not overfilled. Alright, so in the kit, we've got the new dipstick, obviously. We can go ahead and put that in place. We'll get rid of old and busted, and we'll put in new hotness. Now all that's left is to find a way to route this tubing up somewhere above the engine and bring the bottom down to here. Now there's a lot more than I need here, so I've got a lot of flexibility to move it around or cut some off. For installation accessories, it comes with a grommet. If you want to cut into some plastic paneling and run it somewhere else kind of hard to get to, then that's an option. And you got your sticky backs, some hose clamps, and a couple of screws. Now I'm not going to be drilling any holes to run this. I'll show you where I'll put it. Now I'm going to put my breather vent right up here. This is an alcohol pad. The way I always do my sticky backs is I put the zip ties in first, and then I stick them where I want them. You can actually even get the tubing put on here first too. That way they won't fall off. Give myself some more room there. Alright, the top is set. I'll cut that tail off in a minute. No interference with the air box. Now you don't want to pull these zip ties too tight, or you'll actually paint your line. So I ended up cutting almost a foot of this tubing off. And the reason you get so much is because this kit fits several other models of machines. So I might have this much left over and you may not yourself. Now this comes with tubing clamps. You can put it on there if you want to, but it's really an option. I've got a little bit of slack here. I may have to take some out, but we'll see what happens when I get this back off the ramp and level it up. Alright, there's the top of it, above the air box. I've got the front axle leveled out and there's a little bit of curve, but there are no kinks. I think that's going to work great. So there it is with the cover on. No interference with the side panel. Alright, so that's the full installation of that Otis vent on this 1025R. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching.